Hey everyone, good Sunday morning. Hope everybody is doing well. Fred and Lisa, good morning to you guys. Happy Sunday. Hope you're doing well. The Furies are here. Good morning from Brian, Jamie, and Baby James. What a race last night. Nothing like the Kentucky Derby. That was pretty wild, right? So wild Kentucky Derby last night. We had crazy come from behind wind for that. We had our first female trainer ever to win the Kentucky Derby. That's exciting. Lots of fun, exciting stuff. The Sixers won a big Game 7 last night over those Boston Celtics. Always good to beat your rival. I don't think we're going anywhere, but it's nice to win. Nice to win something. Leslie Trent here. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're feeling okay. John D, good morning to you. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday morning. Tony C, good morning. Welcome to the live stream. Felicia's here. Good morning, Felicia. Hope you're doing well. Greg Gooser, good morning to you. Happy Sunday morning. I also saw Tony Diaz say hello, but it didn't show up on my screen here. It showed up on my phone, but it didn't show up on my screen here. So something might be goofy with the Facebook comments. Who knows? Who knows? Got a little bit of cruise news today. Nothing too crazy. Pretty cool. AJ was driving home from work on Thursday and was able to see the NCL Jewel off of 95 as she was driving home from work. That's super fun. We're going to try to go down there one of these weeks. This week it calls for rain on Thursday, so I don't think we're going to do it this Thursday. And there's still like a high police presence there, kind of keeping people out of the port area because of everything that's going on. So once everything calms down, we're going to go down to the port. We will have a full like Philly port video coming out at some point with like tips and tricks for everybody at the Philly port and for coming into Philadelphia. Obviously, we've done a ton of videos already, but we'll have that done pretty soon. Robin, good morning to you guys. Hope you guys are doing well. I hope your cruise was awesome. Alex is here. Alex, 97 days until cruise day, double digits. Getting there, slow but sure. Slow but sure sometimes. Rob Harvey, good morning to you. Hope you guys are having a wonderful morning so far. Good morning, John from Teresa and Mike Accardi. Hello, guys. How are you? Hope you're doing well this morning. Hope everybody's having a great Sunday. Let's get into a little bit of cruise news. I don't have a ton of cruise news today, so it'll probably be slightly shorter of a video today. Also, I wanted to let everybody know, I had a bunch of people reach out to me that didn't get their stuff. I don't know what happened. I sent everything in one big batch, so I'm thinking there was a problem with the post office. Shocking. I know for everybody, there was a problem with the post office. So I'm resending everything out. So I had about 10 things which is not fun. It's very expensive. So I'm reshipping everything out. T-shirts are here. Bags, I'm going to resend them all out. I started sending them yesterday. So I'm going to send everything out. Again, I apologize if you didn't get anything, but I don't know what happened. But it's not great. Not great. Those things are expensive to send out. You would think they would get it right. Because they're all like pretty heavy bags. So they're anywhere from 10 to 20 bucks to send those things out every week. It's very disappointing in the U.S. Postal Service. Not great. Robin said, we loved Bermuda and the Aqua. Both are awesome. I love Bermuda, one of my top 5 cruise ports. And the Aqua, of course, is fantastic. Charlie Durham's here. Good morning, Charlie. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday morning. Hope everybody had a great Saturday evening. Again, not a ton of cruise news today, but let's get into it. First up, we talked about this a little bit on Wednesday. Icon, Royal Caribbean has locked in Icon 6 and 7 at Meyer Turku. These are going to be released in the summer of 2029 and the summer of 2030. These ships just keep coming. It's like one after the other after the other. I think it's awesome. However, I haven't been on Star. I won't be on Legend for a while. It kind of stinks. The price point really stinks. I get it. Royal Caribbean is a for-profit company. We want these companies to make money. It enables them to build more ships and do more things. But we'll get on them at some point. You know, we'll figure it out. So this is a long-term framework between Royal Caribbean and Meyer Turku. They're going to be building ships through 2036 for Royal Caribbean, which means there's a lot more ships coming. And then we have all this time to figure out what the names of the next ships are going to be and if they're going to do anything fun and new on all of these different ships. So it should be a lot of fun. Jimmy C said, yeah, Jimmy, I'm resending out everybody's stuff. Jimmy said we didn't get ours either. I think it was just one big batch. I sent out like 10 or 11 things at once, and something happened. I don't know if the post office was like, I'm not shipping all 10 of these things. They just threw them in the trash. But I'm reshipping out everything individually. So everybody will get stuff. Alex said, I saw Meredith's video about the embarkation. It was a great video. It was a good video. Again, Meredith was on our channel before Meredith Cruises Soul. Go check out her video. It's awesome. Domenico, good morning to you. Hope you are doing well. Hope you're having a great Sunday morning. Jay Myers is here. Hey, guys. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Matt Ryan, good morning to you. Welcome to the live stream. Happy Sunday. Next bit of cruise news. Again, sticking with Royal Caribbean. I think we're going to have maybe four stories from Royal Caribbean today. So Matt Hochberg announced this week some hints as to the size of the Discovery class ship. So we knew these were going to be big ships. We knew they weren't going to be tiny ships replacing the older tiny ships. I was on Radiance, for instance. It's like a 3,000 passenger ship. We knew they weren't going to be that small. It's just in the economy of scale for Royal Caribbean, it doesn't make any sense for them to build a 2,500 or 3,000 passenger ship. They just don't make enough money for them. I'm not saying they're not profitable. Those type of ships aren't going to make enough money. And I think with everything moving forward, you're never going to get one of these old class ships again from a major cruise line, like a Royal, a Norwegian, an MSC. All of the money for them is going to be locked up in scale. So having big attractions like the water slides and different things to do that are going to attract families and mainstream people. I think you're going to have to move to luxury like Oceania or Silver Sea or any of those other brands, Seabourn, Regent, if you're looking for a more traditional old school cruise environment, which I think is okay because somehow the pricing on those is getting better and the pricing on mainstream is just going through the roof with Royal. So they did announce that these ships, they had to file their, patent and everything. So with the SEC, and it looks like double occupancy on these Discovery class ships is going to be about 4,300. Just to give you a kind of comparison, the Legend of the Seas, Hero of the Seas, all of those are about 5,600 at double occupancy. They hold more, obviously, 7,000 or whatever passengers, but those are going to be 4,300 at dual capacity, which means probably between 5,000 and 6,000 guests at max capacity. So Celebrity, like the Excite class, is like 3,200 at max capacity. So they're like 4,500 at double capacity, so about 4,500. So just to give you kind of like an idea of where those ships are going to be, smaller than Icon, obviously, smaller than Oasis, somewhere in the range of the Quantum class, around there. So I know it's not ideal. A lot of people want smaller ships, and they are going to be smaller ships. They're just not going to be small. They're not going to be any small ships anymore, I don't think. Small enough to get into some ports, but not the old traditional small cruise line ships. Denny B, good morning to you. Happy Sunday. Hope you're doing well. Let's mix it up a little bit. I'll switch it up here. Norwegian Cruise Line has made an announcement with Haven, the Haven restaurant, which is pretty interesting. So if you've never been in the Haven, it's a really nice experience. Kind of when I look at the suite experiences, I think MSC does the best job of the suite experience in the yacht club. I think Norwegian is next at the Haven. And then you get into all your other ones like the Retreat, like Royal. And obviously, if you get Royal and you do the Royal class, it's fantastic because you have a genie, but that's super expensive. I think the standard Royal Suite experience is a little bit below the Haven, because with the Haven still you're getting like very personalized experience. So anyway, on April 23rd, the cruise line opened access to the Haven restaurant for non-Haven guests, which is pretty interesting. So now guests in select connecting staterooms will be able to dine at the Haven restaurant without any fees or charges, no limitations on the number of visits. Guests staying in a non-Haven stateroom, such as a balcony that physically connects to a stateroom that is a Haven, and they're traveling with guests in the Haven, it's a lot, are going to be able to dine at the Haven restaurant. So again, if it doesn't make sense, if you are going with somebody who's in the Haven and you're in a connecting room with them, so physically touches that room. So if they're in the Haven suite, you're in a balcony right next door to them, you will be able to dine at the Haven restaurant. It seems a slightly convoluted, but whatever. It's all good. There is a limitation however, if the non-Haven guests want to dine in the restaurant, you have to be accompanied by somebody who is staying in the Haven. I think it's reasonable. It's nice. One of the things I think that stinks sometimes when you are staying in a suite, if you want to be in that suite and have a nice suite experience, is that you kind of feel bad leaving your friends behind. Specifically, if you're in the yacht club or something like the Haven, where the yacht club, you almost never have to leave. So you could be in the yacht club, and then you're really only going to leave probably for shows or to walk around the ship with a little bit of different things. And I think one of the bummers is if you are in the yacht club or you're in the Haven or if you're in a suite and you kind of want to share a little bit of that experience, you really can't. But I guess it's nice if you're with somebody, but it's going to be such a small, minute chance that you're going to be in a balcony, in a connecting balcony. It's going to be almost impossible. So Denny said, I don't agree with that at all. You pay for an experience and a level of service. I agree. I agree with that. However, I think this is going to be such a minute level of people that could join people in the restaurant. So just the fact that you have to be in a room that's touching those, there's not many of those rooms. How many of those rooms are there? 4 or 6 on a ship? Because you figure if you're in the Haven, you're closed off to everyone else. So there's really zero chance, because it's going to be very, very difficult. So I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. And if you're in like the aft facing balcony and then someone next to you, so maybe there's 10 cabins on the whole ship that would even fit that experience. And then the odds of you being able to book the cabin that's right next to it is going to be very, very minimal. So it's just a weird, I don't know why they're doing it. Maybe somebody requested it. I don't know. But it doesn't bother me all that much because it's not going to happen all that much. And it'll never happen on Royal, or I don't think it'll ever happen on MSC because they're very picky about who's in those restaurants and lounges. Lisa, good morning to you. Hope you're having a great day. Greg Gooser said there's really not too many of those balconies that are connected. I don't think it will change much, but next time. Yeah, I agree. Again, the corner aft suites. Yeah, it makes sense, right? So yeah, there's only a few of those on the ship. So it seems like a silly change. I don't mind it, to be honest, because like I said, if you like, for instance, if I'm on a cruise and I was taking my parents and everybody couldn't afford to be, my parents would be a bad one because I wouldn't do that to my parents. But maybe if you are in a Haven suite and you're bringing your kids and they're in their 20s and you want to put them in that balcony cabin so you're not paying 20 grand for your cruise, I could see that. And it's, I don't know. My other thing with that is I still go to specialty dining. I think that's one of the big things too with that is I don't think people eat in that Haven restaurant as much as they do in like the MSC one or in Coastal Kitchen. Sorry. Responding to a question. So the other pet peeve about the Haven that everybody has is the menu never changes. So if you go to the Haven maybe once or twice on a 7-day cruise, that's great. But if you're not going to the Haven, you're going to be going to specialty dining. Remember, if you have free at sea, you're getting 3 specialty dining anyway on a 7-day cruise. So you're going to be out of there anyway. So it's probably a capacity thing that opens up and most people don't go. I'll be completely honest. I was on a 7-day cruise. I only ate lunch in the Haven restaurant and I went to specialty dining the other night. So maybe it's just a capacity thing. They don't see there's a lot of capacity there. So Dan from Cruise Tubers. Hey, Dan, how are you? Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Jay Meyer said, what's the best time of year to visit the Panama Canal? It depends. So generally speaking, it's a good time of the year because it's a less crowded time. But usually after December, so like January to March is probably the best time to do the Panama Canal. So it's lower rain, lower humidity. It's a nicer time of the year down there. But generally speaking, that's the best time to do the Panama Canal. You can do it the other times. It's just the weather might not be great. That's the best time. All right, back to Royal Caribbean. Royal Caribbean has officially opened their Royal Beach Club in Santorini. It opened last week. Very exciting. This is a big win for Royal because it was something that was really already there. So the beach club was previously a private destination. They basically took it over, cleaned it up, and opened it. So it was announced in like December or January, maybe. It was not that long ago, maybe December. And now, boom, it's open already. It is a bookable shore excursion. It's called the Ultimate Santorini Day. It gives you access to a private beach, and you can visit 2 other parts of the island, which is Oya and Fira. The beach has black sand, loungers with umbrellas and a DJ. There's an all-you-can-eat buffet, as well as grab-and-go food. Draft beer, house wines, non-alcoholic beverages are included in the entry fee. That's nice. And only Royal Caribbean Celebrity and Silver Sea passengers can go there. It is also open to local Greek residents. I like that a lot. It's nice that they're able to do that. So obviously the Paradise Island one just opened. We have La Lipa opening, and then we're going to have Cozumel opening. And then after that, Perfect Day, Mexico. So lots of big private island things coming for Royal Caribbean, which we knew, which is awesome. Mark, good morning to you. Hope you are having a great Sunday. MSC, we talked about this a little bit on Wednesday as well. I did a video on this. MSC has decided that they are investing $450 million into Freeport, Bahamas, which is the Grand Bahama Island. It's going to significantly expand the cruise capacity there for that island. There's going to be multiple cruise ship berths there. So multiple ships will be able to dock there, not just MSC, but multiple other ships, which is really nice. They're going to build out a food and entertainment area, logistics center to get people to shore excursions quicker. And they're going to obviously build their own resort there and have all those things going on. Celebration Key for Carnival is there. So pretty exciting. Otherwise, because Grand Bahama was kind of a dead spot if you were going, if you've ever been to Freeport, there's nothing really there. You get off the ship there, you have to really go to an excursion because you can't walk out of the port area. If you walk out of the port area, there's nothing there. But if you go there, there's basically like a Carlos and Charlie's or Senor Frogs, whatever it is there. and then a few of the like shops that are everywhere, right? So Del Sol, Caroloa, all of the things that you see at every cruise port, Effie Diamonds, all of those things. And then that's really it there. There's a few bars, few restaurants. So it's really nice that they're going to be expanding that out with Carnival putting a private island there. MSC is going to be putting a resort there. It's nice. Again, if you are leaving out of Florida on a short cruise, or if you're leaving out of Philadelphia now, or Baltimore, Bayonne, New York, you don't have a ton of options because it takes a little while to get down to the Bahamas. If you're doing a 7-day cruise, it's going to be nice to maybe have a slightly different option than just going to Nassau every time. You're going to be able to go to maybe Nassau or Grand Bahama or one of the other private islands, which I think is really nice. We shall see. MSC has opened up for 2028 their Caribbean bookings for the summer. So if you're looking for a summer cruise, you will be able to do that. That also means that their new Sandy Key will be open, which is right next to Ocean Key. So if you are going in the yacht club or you're going to go on one of the Explorer ships, you will be able to visit their new private island, which is going to be their fancy schmancy island, which is really nice. But it does give you a ton of options for the summer of 2028. It's really crazy that we're booking for 2028 already. But you have World America doing 7-night sailings to the Eastern and Western Caribbean. You have Seaside doing 3 and 4 night to Ocean Key and Nassau. The 4-night sailings are going to have an overnight in Ocean Key, which I love. It's awesome. They have a nighttime party, bonfire show out on the Lighthouse. That's what it is, Lighthouse. And then you're going to have Grandiosa doing 3 and 4 night sailings to Ocean Key and Nassau. Again, the overnights on the 4-dayer, which is really nice. Seascape is going to be doing 7-night Western Caribbeans to Costa Maya and Cozumel, obviously out of Galveston there. MSC Opera coming down, going to be doing 7-night Southern Caribbean sailings. Very, very nice. And then Poesia out of Seattle doing Alaska sailings, which is not Caribbean, but it is announced they're going to be doing those in 2028. So very, very nice. MSC continuing to expand their presence down there. And then World Atlantic, remember, is coming out. We have a bunch of new things coming. World Asia is coming out next year. And then more world-class ships coming after that. And then we still haven't heard anything about the Constellation class, which is coming, which are the huge cruise ships there. So we'll see what other things are coming out. And then last but not least, Legend of the Seas finished its sea trials, getting ready for all its fun things. It returned to the shipyard on April 30th, and now it's going to be released to Royal Caribbean in just a few weeks. So doing all the final touches, the crew is going to be getting on board. They're going to be start practicing all the shows, all of those fun things to launch Legend of the Seas. And it's big double-decker casino. Can't wait on that. So that is it for cruise news. We're going to be putting together for next week. We were going to do a sale last week, but there was nothing big going on, and I couldn't get our connections at the cruise lines to our reps to give us like a better offer. But we have a good one coming up. We're going to be doing a Royal Caribbean sale in like a week, maybe this week coming up. We'll do it. It's going to be, we're going to have a couple options on it. So one is going to be, you can book basically anytime for the next 2 weeks. We'll announce it more on Wednesday. If you book a cruise leaving this year, you're going to get something really interesting. If you're going to the Caribbean, Bermuda, Bahamas, and West Coast or Mexico, you're going to get a $100 onboard credit, which is really nice. And you're going to get specialty dining, one specialty dining dinner for 2, which again is really nice. It's like $100 there too. And then we're going to have another one that if you book in the next few weeks, you will get up to $100 onboard credit. We might actually try to double that. So 25 for interior ocean view, 50 for a balcony, 100 for a suite. We're going to see if we can do anything to double those or see what we can do there. So that'll be coming up. I'll announce that officially on Wednesday. I got to talk to our rep and lock things in a little bit, see if we could add on to the onboard credit. What do you guys think about onboard credits? This is a question I keep getting asked by our reps, and I keep forgetting to bring it to you guys. There's a bunch of people here. So let's ask before we close off today. When we're talking about sales or something that we're running, what inspires you to book? Obviously, like if you have something coming up and you're going to get a perk, it's great if you're booking anyway. But if we were running a sale, what would be more impactful for you to book? Would it be prepaid gratuities? Would it be specialty dining? No one's going to do the drink package. We all want everybody to do the drink package. They're not going to do it, especially Royal, Celebrity, MSC, all them. They're not going to do it. So what would inspire you to book? Is it an onboard credit? Is it specialty dining? Is it gratuities? Let me know in the chat. What do you guys think? We'll do that. DC said AJ's at 877 subscribers. She sure is closing in. She's getting close to 1,000, which is awesome. Really great for AJ. She works really hard on it. And it's a really niche kind of thing, but it's exciting. Alex said, do you still have the cruise with us up to date? Any group cruises for 28 or 27? So we do have a group cruise in 27. Alex, I don't know. It's a great question. I put in something for us to talk about that, but let me look here. Group cruises. No, they're not up to date. Thank you for letting me know. Obviously, we got our group cruise in September. So if anybody still wants to join that, it's really good. So the rates are still really good. So if anybody is interested in going on our group cruise, September 13th on Oasis of the Seas, we have about 25 people going on that one. It's going to be a great time. We're going to do a bunch of specialty dining because specialty dining was like 50% off a couple weeks ago. So we'll be doing that. We'll be doing a bunch of fun things at Perfect Day. We're going to do meetups around the ship. We're going to have a really fun time. Everybody's going to get t-shirts, a bunch of fun things. Alex, for next year, for 2027, the only thing we have planned is Allure in December right now. We may add something else, but we really need, we just don't get enough people. If we got more people, I would schedule more group cruises, but we don't get enough people for them. So, we can only do so much. So they do cost us, the group cruises cost us money because we have to, we're throwing in perks and onboard credits and t-shirts and a bunch of different things. So we really have to get like an economy of scale on them. We need to get like at least 20 some people to go for us to break even on it. So like Tony from La Lita Loca said it on his video this week where he was not going to be doing any more free cruises. And he mentioned group cruises. And on their group cruise, like for instance, for every 8 cabins, you get one person that can go basically for free. So on theirs, like Tony, his wife, and a bunch of their helpers all go for free. And they have the group cruise, which is really kind of beneficial. For us, we're still paying for us, so we don't get enough people. So, and we're paying for things to give out and all, so we just need more people. So yeah, please join us on a group cruise. We'd love to have everybody come with us. It's awesome. Dan said free play. We might be able to do free play. I don't know. Maybe we'll do a casino cruise. I think it'd be really fun. Alex said unlimited internet. There you go. Charlie said onboard credit is better than money off. Forces people to treat themselves. I agree. That's good. Leaves a great vacation impression. Dan said NCL, I don't want prepaid gratuities because of free at C+. Got it. Okay. Fury's total cost, #1, gratuity and or Wi-Fi. 2. Okay, that's good. Denny B said onboard credit. Harvey said prepaid gratuities. Jimmy C, specialty dining, prepaid gratuities for Domenico. Tony C said prepaid gratuities. Denny B's wife said gratuities. Lisa said don't really have a preference. Onboard credit over gratuities as incentive, but gratuities might be better value. Fred and Lisa, specialty dining. Leslie said onboard credit. Alex said, thanks for the, of course. Yeah, my pleasure. I would love to do more group cruises. We've planned so many of them and we just haven't got enough people. So I would absolutely love it. I would do like 4 a year. I think they're great. I think it's a lot of fun. And the other thing I love about group cruises specifically is that it gives all of you a chance to meet each other as well. And then you develop these, the thing that I think everybody loves about cruises is that you meet all these great people and then you're friends for life. I have friends that like, text me all the time about different crew. Obviously now it's completely different because we have so many subscribers and different people. So I'm constantly getting texts and emails about cruising, which I love. It's awesome. So that's great. And that's kind of what we want here, is to build this great community where even you guys know each other, and then you guys start going on cruises together, which is really fun. Greg Gooser said, depends on the cruise line, but onboard credit if it's Norwegian or MSC. John D said, gratuities or special dining. Seems like OBC can be restrictive. Sometimes it can. Yeah, that's true. Jay Meyer said, Wi-Fi or gratuities. Alex said, special dining or let us choose. I like that. Dan said, did NCL just raise free at sea prices? They did on certain cruises. Still a really good deal. I know a lot of people complained about it. Prices are going up. It's not going to change. Everybody was really excited about NCL putting a new board in. And I think one of the things that we're not going to be excited about it is that they're going to raise prices for sure. So take the good, take the bad. Facts of life, you know. DC said, saw the video on my feed, but it didn't watch it yet. 32 per person. Yeah, it's something like that. I got the email on it. We got the email. A lot of people were pissed off because the email went out to travel agents and basically said, like, you're not allowed to tell anybody about this. It was like confidential. I don't think it was the fact that we weren't allowed to tell anybody. Sometimes things come out. We get a heads up on things that are coming out, and we're not allowed to talk about it because it hasn't been released yet, which I understand, right? That's a basic of being a travel agent. We get information ahead of time. It doesn't mean that we can't lead you in the right direction, right? So sometimes I get emails and I'm not allowed to say anything about that email, but I can absolutely still advise you to move in a different direction, right? So if I get an email like that that says, hey, this is going up, and I have somebody that I know is going to book, I'm going to reach out and be like, hey, today's a good day to book this. There might be some things that are changing. So let's get this done. So you could say a lot without saying a lot. I can't find the email, but we got an email on it. It basically told us that it was coming down. I minimally perused it. I didn't have anybody booking at the time on Norwegian, and it wasn't a huge issue. They were going to announce it in 2 days anyway. So, but yeah, $32 per person. I think it's mostly on the shorter cruises it makes a bigger difference. No, I didn't cover it, Dan. I didn't even talk about it. I forgot all about it, to be honest. And it really hasn't popped up yet as a big deal. I haven't booked anybody yet with it, so I'm just double checking to see if I can find the email. Came directly from NCL. I don't remember. I'll find it. Hold on for 1 second. See that? Every time I say it's going to be a short Cruise News Live, it's not. We always find something. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Here it is. All right, got it. Free T updates coming to the package. Let's open it. Open it up. All right, so it says in the email, you're receiving an email. This is highly confidential. You're not allowed to share this or discuss with your clients until May 1st. And this came out on April 29th, so it was only 2 days. Free at Sea is one of the most popular offerings, blah, 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 blah. The price of our Free at Sea prepaid beverage package on new bookings 2 to 5 day cruise is going to be $32 per person per day. Gives you unlimited drinks, premium beverages. The cruises 6 days or longer, which is a majority of them, is still $28.50. So there you have it. I knew it was only for short cruises or something like that. So there you go. Good to go. It's not changing for longer cruises. It's just for the short booze cruises. See, Alex said it too. Just for the short cruises. Yep. MSC gratuities are going up very soon in the next few weeks. So prepay your gratuities if you haven't yet. Always good to prepay them anyway. Just get it out of the way. But yeah, they will be going up. So make sure you prepay your gratuities. That is our cruise news for today, May 3rd, Sunday morning. Hope everybody has a great Sunday. Got lots of things. 2 Game 7s today in the NBA if you want to watch some Eastern Conference basketball. You got a couple game sevens going on. We have a lot of sports still. We still have hockey, basketball, everything's going on. So enjoy your Sunday. Have a great day. I will be back Wednesday with our normal live stream. I have specialty dining videos coming out this week on Radiance of the Seas, and we're going to be putting together more long-form content. So we'll start putting together some bigger things, like more port-intensive things, going through the whole port, talking about those things. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I'll see everybody on Wednesday.